I'm Anthony along with Leon and Marco, and this is episode 37 of Hard Knock Hawks. This is the podcast where we talk about our favorite team, the Atlanta Hawks, and sometimes other stuff in the NBA too. This is the start of free agency for the NBA today, and as expected, the Atlanta Hawks did absolutely nothing on to this first day. I'm kidding, of course. They made quite a splash on this first day, with possibly many more moves to come in the future. We'll just have to wait and see. But to just give you a brief summary of some of the moves they made today, they did a sign and trade for Nickeil Alexander Walker for 4 years and 62 for a 4 year, $62 million contract, and Luke Kennard signed with the Hawks for 1 year and $11 million. So pretty good day for the Hawks so far. Generally, I think some people are expecting more moves to come. Obviously, I'm going to start with you, Leon. What's your general thought on today so far?
It's round two, and honestly, he's coming out swinging again. So, to be able to get some deals done on the first day for two guys, um, really navigating the trade market because free agency doesn't really exist. It's like trading through free agency, really. Um, so, I mean, we already know what Nickeil Alexander Walker is going to bring defensively. Um, and to get him for virtually nothing, a second round pick for a guy that's probably going to play 25 at least minutes for you a game. That's good stuff. Obviously, Luke Kennard, probably more like 20 minutes a game, and that's cool. But 1 year, 11 million, it's a tryout. And I think a lot of people, here's my take on Luke Kennard. Um, Luke Kennard is that player that you don't really want to play with, Trey, but it's going to work on offense and it's probably going to be worse than Bogey on defense. With that being said, the four room is such that you might be able to get away with it in the right lineup against the right team in spurts. Definitely not seeing that every game, but it's going to work because he's one of the best shooters in the world, and Trey Young is one of the best passers in the world. That's just the way it works. Um, we didn't spend. We were the only thing we spent today was second round pick, and we got you know 50 good minutes of basketball. Um, you know, for a Tuesday night in Washington. So didn't really cost anything. Still got some stuff to do, but it doesn't really get too much better than this on the first day.
What's your thoughts, Marco?
Did not expect Big Omzi to come out swinging like that. Big
Big
Soleil,
Big Onzi is
big
that's
big
the new
Sol-
nickname.
Big Soleil.
Okay,
Didn't
that does sound that good, but
They
okay.
love it when they call me Big Austin.
didn't expect to come out swinging like that today. I know we've been linked to Nickeil for a good since the start of the offseason. We've been linked to him. And it came out today that Trey was the driving force on us getting both players today. So shout out to Trey for using your status in the league, to give us some good help. So I'm not mad at that at all. I know teams are scared of that Dyson and Nickeil switch on that screen because once both sides of the screen, you are getting a monster. So I do, I'm very happy for the defense that Nickeil brings, and think a lot of people think Kennard is a pure shooter, whatever, but he's improved so much more than that. Like Kennard is a very good not all around offensive player, but he's a very good offensive player now. Can kind of create for himself a little bit.
I
Kind
mean,
of
I think all around offensive player is not bad. Like I don't have a problem with that, to be
yeah,
honest with
okay,
you.
yeah. No, I'm not saying it's a problem. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a problem. But yeah, I feel like and Kennard and all brings a lot to this team that we just didn't have last year. So no, I'm very excited how today went. I do expect us to probably do one or two more moves. And yeah, very excited of how everything turned out. What about you, Ant? You missed most of today.
Yeah, I did. Sadly, I know a lot of people were just incredibly hyped about all the moves we made. I was just scrolling on Twitter whenever I got a chance at work, but I'm just I'm just really happy, man. Like Kennard really helps just solve some of the main problems we had with shooting during during the past few seasons. Kennard is probably the best shooter in the NBA generally. He shot 40% plus during these last few seasons. And not only that, he's actually a pretty good playmaker. I think 9.9 assists per 100 possessions. So that's an underrated aspect of his game. So maybe he could play potentially point guard if given the chance on this team. Like Leon said, I probably wouldn't play him with Trey, but in certain lineups, I could see it working. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he can also shoot, and his defense, he's easily one of the best 3-and-D guards in the league. I could see Dyson and Nickeil Alexander-Walker just being like just perfect together in like several lineups. It's just so much versatility, so much. I'm gonna use honestly Salah's favorite word, optionality. Right? This is just a really good offseason so far. The fact that we just have so many options now compared to the last few years, it just makes me really hopeful for how this team is just gonna go for this next season, because we never really had this many options during the last few seasons, right? It was just the last few players we had, and that was it. If one of them was just out, it was just over. So it's just good to have this many options, especially these elite role players now. But I do want to talk a bit about some of the players that we did lose, and I do want to ask you guys about their impact generally about losing these players. And do you guys think is it gonna be a huge loss for the Hawks generally? And I'm just gonna start with Clint Capela. For that Nickeil Alexander sign and trade, we did trade away Clint Capela to the Houston Rockets. He's back to his original team, where he signed with the Houston Rockets for a 3-year, $21.5 million contract. The Hawks did get a 2031 second-round pick swap and cash back. So do you guys think the Hawks are going to miss Clint's impact on the team generally, or do you think for the most part it's just no one's really going to miss him for the most part? What do you think, Leon? We'll start with you.
I think that there's certain things about Clint that you're going to miss, and there's definitely certain things about Clint that you're not going to miss. You're going to miss his defensive rebounding. His offensive rebounding is nice until he's continuously rebounding his misses, but we can move on from that. I wish him all the best over there in the West. Hope to see you in the finals, my friend. Uh, but hey, man, it's just such an upgrade offensively from Clint Capella to Kristaps Porzingis. So, you don't really lose too much rim protection. You lose a little bit on the boards, but obviously Jalen's a really good rebounder, and Yucca's definitely improved as a rebounder. He's a good rebounder, top 20 in the league in rebound percentage. So, fine. So that's all we really got there on Capella. Lobs. I mean, I'm gonna miss 2021 Capella. He'll be missed, but I've been missing him. So
oh my god.
I mean, no shade. Like
I mean, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But he just doesn't move like he used to. And that was one of his main skills. It was his movement skills, and he can't do that. He didn't have the skills to back it up.
What do you think, Marco?
It's much of pretty much what Leon said. We'll miss 21 Clint. Maybe a little 22 Clint. But he did bring, he was our first like real defensive big. And I remember the day we got him. I remember the day we traded for him, and it was a nice day. So I'll miss Clint to that degree. Like you said, there's some things you'll miss, some things you won't. The Miss Bunnies is something we won't miss, but hey, I'll miss his. I don't know what he brought to the team, like as a outside of play wise. I guess I'll miss his locker room presence, because he did have good locker room presence apparently. So I don't know. I'll miss that. But we have, we got KP now, so I'm not really missing too much. How you feel, man?
Listen, okay. I'm gonna be a little kinder to Clint, I guess. I think for somewhat right, Hawks fans, they have been a little mean to him at points throughout the years. I think Clint has been a mostly. Oh, okay. Clint has been a really good starter for this team for 70 to 80% of his time here. And then the last year and a half, the wheels started falling off, and then everything just went to hell. And then he just couldn't start finishing anything anymore. And then it's just the only thing he could really do is just get rebounds, and that's really it. And that kind of stuff is just at that point, it's just what are you doing here? And why aren't we starting on Yeka? And it's kind of unfortunate because, like you said, Marco and Leon, that 2021 season, 2022 season, those were really good, right? But then he got injured, and then he lost the athleticism. And that was just a wrap for him because that was his main thing, his ability to just move up and down the floor like that. So it's sad to see it, but hopefully him going to the Rockets again maybe could potentially give him a little more energy, but I don't know at this point. He's getting older, so
I don't want to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
But are we sure he's getting like real play time at the Rockets? It's like they paid.
I mean,
they paid $7 million for a third center.
You're right. He could just be that third center. So,
or do they believe Sengun?
He ring chasing, bro. Like
he probably is. Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
And he has the good little
I'm pretty sure he has a
storyline.
Yeah.
He got a great storyline with that too, obviously. So yeah, why not?
He off my team. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I mean, good for him. Good for him.
He off my team. Shit.
I mean, I wish I could have got a little bit more of my little sign trade for you, but it's all good. I understand.
Yeah,
it's all right.
I mean, I was happy to get anything back. Honestly, I'm like a beggar.
Can't be too greedy. Can't be too greedy.
Beggar on the street trying to trade Clint Capela.
Let's just be happy you got that swap, right? And some cash, But let's move on and talk about another big signing for the Pistons. Caris LeVert. Caris LeVert actually signed with the Pistons. Originally, people thought that Hawks were going to re-sign him, but because but because Malik Beasley is actually under federal investigation for betting, that opened up a lot of cap space for the Pistons, and Caris LeVert ended up signing a 2-year, $29 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. So what do you guys generally think of that deal for the Pistons, and what kind of loss potentially for the Hawks would that bring? I'm going to start with you, Marco.
Losing Caris is big because of a team that's already does not really have enough self-creation or ball handlers. Losing another ball handler and a self-creator does hurt the scoring offense, like scoring, bench scoring, and just in general. Especially when we were like 28th in self-created shots as a team. So it kind of does hurt doing it. But hey, Caris. It was clear that once the reports from Stein started coming out and Detroit like pivoted, it's like as soon as the Malik Beasley thing happened, that was like the Malik Beasley thing is like the real catalyst for this. Like we'll look back and talk about that one day, but that was the real catalyst. If he didn't get in trouble, Caris probably still is a Hawk.
Yeah,
but probably. With that happening, it was like Stein literally said that the Pistons like literally pivoted towards Caris. They probably offered him a bigger role than what we could offer him because I'm pretty sure here we've seen him as a 6-man, and they might just start him. I don't know. So you never know how that's going to go. But losing Caris does hurt. But, again, he got the deal he wanted. He got where it was clearly some incentive because it wasn't really a large contract. But, it was something there. So, I wish the best to Caris. I did enjoy the half season we did have with you. I do wish we could have signed him back. But, I'm pretty sure we'll fill that hole somehow. How do you feel, Mr. Leon?
I just want to say it really amazes me that NBA players are still getting caught betting on games. Like it really amazes me. It really does. Um, but anyways,
Are you really that surprised?
I mean,
Honestly,
it's just like, I saw a tweet, man. I saw a tweet and it said, what DeJounte Porter turning around to see Beasley knowing he's not the best hooper at Rikers anymore. And I thought to myself, I put money on there being a better hooper in Rikers than Jonte Porter already. Like I bet, like I'm pretty sure there is. But hey, yeah, Malik Beasley just put a wrench in the whole thing. I think, I think it's gonna play out in our favor in the long run. It's gonna hurt us this year, but getting Kennard, and here's the thing with Kennard, in my opinion. If Kennard is the primary backup point guard, that's better than offensively, anyways, anything you've had since Lou, at least. DeLon was fine, but like just not a willing shooter, doesn't hunt 3-point shots the way that Luke Kennard will. Uh, Obviously, DeLon's league's better as a playmaker. I mean, as a defensive playmaker and as a
yeah.
defender. But yeah, I mean, dang, I do not remember what the question was. I won't lie to you. What was the question?
You're good. What's your general thoughts on what impact would Caris not being on the team basically be?
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's just you've kind of it's like Moneyball,
Uh-huh.
where it's like we can't get Karis. Malik Beasley did what he did, and they had all the money in the world to give Karis. He was their
Yeah.
golden goose, and they got him. It happens. Okay, cool. So you can't get that guy. What do? You recreate him in the aggregate, right? So, you got two guys who are good 3-point shooters. You got two guys who aren't great and aren't as good at creating off the dribble as Karis, but they do enough. Like it's like you could piecemeal it, right? Just kind of feed the ball to this guy a little bit, this guy a little bit, and they're both good enough off ball. Dyson's a good cutter, and in this instance, I could see Dyson Kennard lineups being very good. That wouldn't surprise me at all especially because you can put Dyson on the ball, right? Or like
Yeah.
they can do a your turn, my turn, but they also like should play well off of each other. Um, so yes, Karas's loss will be felt, but like I don't want to see his I don't want to say I don't want to see his hezzy tweening, but I don't want to see his hezzy tweening. Um, uh, and the idea of Nickeil Alexander, like the player Nickeil Alexander Walker today at 26, isn't giving you the same thing right now. But I mean, he's been improving, and this is a offensive context where I could see him really thriving. And I mean that for a lot of guys because of the Kristaps trade as well. So.
All right. My question is this. So Kobe Buffkin is still on the roster, right? Do you think, or this is obviously for both of you, do you guys think that Buffkin could help in this situation, maybe with the lack of ball handling on this team, or is it just a case where he still is just too inexperienced right now with the role generally, since he has obviously not played a lot of time in the NBA generally because of his injury history right now? Because I think obviously maybe they still see him as potentially like a backup point guard maybe in the future, but obviously because of the injuries because the injuries just constantly just backtracking that, yeah, they haven't really tried to like develop him into that role yet. But do you guys see that as maybe a potential possibility, or is that just something they may not even bother trying this year, or they're just gonna let Luke Kennard and Alexander Walker just be that guy basically?
I think first and foremost, you don't have to play Kobe if nobody's hurt. If
Okay,
somebody goes
yeah.
down, you can sprinkle them in. Kennard's reasonably durable. No, it's very durable. Dyson at least was durable last year, and he's going to have less of a stress on him, I think, just physically, because of NAW just being on the team. So yeah, that's that. Really. What about you, Marco?
Um, I think it just depends. If I'm the Hawks, I probably would try to. I hate to say it at this point in time, I probably would try to shop Kobe just to free up a little bit more money to try to bring in another person to help right now. Just because it's 2 years in a row. We've seen like we're still trying to sell ourselves on the idea of what Kobe Buffkin can be, and he's had before the second shoulder injury, he's shown some flashes of what he could be, what he could be for the team, etc., etc. And if we could get that, then yeah, that might be a little nice. But
6-3 when he was backup point guard.
I mean, like he just doesn't have to play.
Yeah,
right?
that's true.
So, but like
Yeah.
if he has to play, then like he has to play. And if he, it's like okay, it's like first if it's someone else gets hurt, then if he gets hurt, oh well, he's gonna get hurt. I don't like when I really don't like that. Like I understand, yeah, a guy might be injury prone, but like using that like to just prove your point is, I'm just not a huge fan of it. But yeah, I just evaluate the player and hope they stay healthy. But like you said, if a guy shows you he can't be healthy, then why? I mean, it's not like he didn't have any life. He has not had a life-changing injury.
yeah, he
know?
shouldn't. Yeah,
You
if
feel
his
me? He broke his little thumb, like he repaired a little something in his non-shooting shoulder. That clearly was ailing him. He refused. I know he's left-handed, but he refused to go up with his right hand. And I've seen him go up with his right hand enough in college shape to know that he's comfortable going up with his right hand. Like he just couldn't move his right hand above his above shoulder length. Like what is it? He was bad as a result. But we'll see. I mean, like I said, like people have like you kind of had to bring in a little so like you had to bring in something. You couldn't rely on him. You couldn't actually be relying on him to do that full time, like give him the reins. But you got a Luke Kennard who, like I said, like can do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So um if Kobe just sucks, I mean they'll play him. He's gonna play in the preseason, for sure. Everybody plays in preseason. So we'll see. Then
yeah,
and the NBA just gotta stay healthy, man. And that would be great. Like it would be it because he's gonna be solid defensively, I believe. At least on guards, right? And I mean, geez, like if he could be the player that he's supposed to be, and again, this offensive context is going to help everybody who wants to be a guy who dribbles to the basket, dribbles to the rim. Like that's a Kobe Buffkin, that's a Zachary Richardson, that's a Jalen Johnson, that's obviously a Trae Young. That's basically everybody who dribbles. So that's just gonna make life easier on all those guys, so they're not seeing a lot of bodies at the rim. And that's what get guys in rhythm and allow them to be more productive offensive players. It's just better for the ethos of the team. So like you said, like shopping Kobe is fine.
yeah. I'm not saying
I
just
would yeah. I mean, I understand.
yeah, just don't dump them, but just try to.
I mean,
It's like an evaluation process. Like
I would ask. I would want to know how comfortable they would be with going into the text, but keeping it under the first apron. Because
I will see that.
Because I mean, man, I'm telling you, like that 8 million, man, that 8 million would change the world for this team.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of guys left. Don't get me wrong, but
that 8 million
you could do some stuff, man. You could do some stuff. And Tyus Jones, did Tyus Jones get signed? Orlando, right?
Yeah, he did with Orlando.
Yeah, that's fine.
Who else is left?
Yeah, it's not great in the backup point guard market anymore. Both the Jones brothers are gone.
I mean, your best bet is
D'Lo's
probably
gone.
like what, Trey
Clemson's
Mann?
gone.
Yeah, it's probably
I ain't
Trey
gonna lie.
Mann.
I'm gonna say, let me tell you something right now.
Here we go. Here we go.
If they put Trey Man on this team, Kobe Buffalo will never see the light of day.
Oh,
Hey, that's no,
He'll never
he's
see
not
the light.
he not lying though, because
yeah.
And
Trey
there's
Man
no
can
shade
actually
to
get his
Kobe.
own shot.
There's no shade to Kobe, but like it's not Kobe's fault, right? The Trey Man got to get his whatever off. Well, OKC was tanking for Chet. Like he got all the time in the world to get his game off, right? Get better as a basketball player. Kobe didn't have that. Whether it be for injury or, of course, lack of time availability. So I think I think Kobe was probably trying too hard to practice. I say this all the time. Like I'm almost 100% sure that this is how Kobe did whatever he did to his shoulder. He had probably dove for a ball, was trying too hard in practice, in summer league practice, right? Because he's a culture guy. Then a little something happened. And he got a second opinion he shouldn't have got, and didn't get surgery, and now we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually how that goes.
But for the people that are like, just trade him, it's like just cyclically, it makes no sense to. I
It made no
mean,
sense to
like you
just
said,
trade him.
they drafted him. Like they drafted him, right? Obviously, the people who drafted him aren't there anymore, I guess. But they're not. I would be surprised if they straight up dumped him to make space, because what does he make again? Is it 4?
He's like
Is he
4
on the
million.
4-year? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, it's like
that
4
would be.
million.
Yeah, I would. Oh man.
It's a
That
fine
is a
line
level. I'm gonna tell you something. That is a level of tax aversion that would annoy me,
if you just dumped him.
because
He's making
yes,
4.5 million.
yeah, that's a level of
Like
tax avoidance that
they're
would annoy
really
me.
like
And
yeah.
and
Go ahead.
that feels like something that would burn us. But I'm done
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
Like
if you
Like,
go ahead.
don't everybody in here saying Kobe shot 5% from 3 and blah blah blah. Like, stand on that all season, bro. Like, I will be here all season. Stand on that.
yeah, if you just dumped him to dump him, it wouldn't make sense, because again, he's making nothing at the end of the day.
I
Like you
mean,
just
I'm gonna tell you something. If you were dumping him to fill out what you think is a championship roster, then bravo, right? But I know who's left on the free agency market.
ain't
And
too much. Like I said,
It's
your
not
best bet,
worth
your best bet right now is Trey Man.
unless you get CP3 at 8 and sign vet minimums, then
Yeah.
Yeah,
and even then, right? Because I just wanted to give the people a bone, because I really don't want that
Like why
dominating.
initially asked that Kobe question, I didn't mean to really how am I trying to say this? Like crap on Kobe Buffkin,
I
basically,
mean,
because
I understand, but
yeah,
people do. So, like, I'm talking to the people here.
yeah, I know, because it's just that to me, if he could just play backup point guard minutes, and we could see that in like preseason or whatever, I'm just thinking more of, well, okay, then maybe he should play more, right? I mean, I don't know. It's
he's of course he's going to get the minutes.
yeah, he's gonna get minutes. It's
He's
just
gonna get.
we'll just see. Yeah, it's like what you said, Leon. It's just
If I'm Kobe, I'm probably not playing summer league either. But you never
I
know.
mean,
He
like,
might want to get back in the groove.
nothing bad is going to happen to us if Kobe's not good
I mean, you're right.
this year.
Yeah,
This season, nothing bad is going to happen to us if Kobe's not good.
I mean, they have too much.
And if he's not good,
worry about that.
and if he's not good, then yeah, you dump him whenever you want to, like, or like, yeah. I mean, what if he's so bad afterwards? Yeah, I mean,
It's a lot of.
that's the only thing you can really say. But what if he's good?
It's a lot
Like,
of.
what has he
it's a lot
shown
of
to
ifs.
you? I mean, I believe in the prospect. That's all I can really say. That's all I can really say. And
Yeah, like I said,
could be
you
wrong
just
very well, but
you only do it.
I've seen enough, man.
You
You
only
only
do
it if you're healthy.
Look here, Leon. You only do it if it makes sense. That's my stand on it. That's all I'm gonna just put on
Great
it.
stance.
Yeah, you basically said everything at this point. Shit. So yeah, you only do it if it makes sense.
Well, I'll just ask this now since I think you guys mentioned it earlier. What other needs do you guys think the Hawks should
We need a
address?
wing.
Okay.
We need a 3, like a
Yeah,
We need
3.
a
we need a 3.
three bat. Zach
Mother
is the
needs
only
obviously
3 on the only real 3. No
only
offense to V.
only real 3.
No offense to V. But Zach is the only. Hey, stop that. Zach is the only 3 on this roster right now that's serviceable. You need your best way to get another wing somehow.
What names do you think that come up right now?
Simone
Fontecchio on the Pistons.
Yeah, I don't know his role on that team anymore.
I don't know how we're gonna get him, but
I mean, it's only $8 million.
Yeah, that's true, but
expiring too. I'm doing all my research as we're talking.
I mean, do we still have the bogey TBE?
We do,
yes,
but
we
I would personally say that to deadline.
Yeah, I can see that saving it till deadline. Because
I mean, hold on. You said it's 8
million for Fontecchio.
And did we use any of the DJ one?
We have 11 million. We have 11 million of the DJ one left.
So
he fits.
Yeah,
right?
He does.
Unless he was used for Kennard.
No,
was the
Kennard
11 used for Kennard? He just got 11.
Kennard got the MLE.
Okay, he got the MLE money. And okay. I'm with you. All right, good. Thank you for being on top of that, my guy. Seriously.
Because it finally got confirmed what we use for the for Nickeil. So, well, not Nickeil, Kennard. My fault. So yeah, Hawks got to do everything in their power to get another wing. Like badly. Like it's comes in conjunction with the Kobe talk we just had. Just if you can somehow get Kobe and turn it into a wing, you cannot be mad at it. I'm sorry, you can't be mad at it at all. A real wing, not just some no name, not just somebody to fill the spot, like a legit wing.
Cam Whitmore.
That ship is sailed. If that was going to be a possibility, it would have happened in that Clint signing trade.
But I mean, Clint isn't that valuable.
I mean, it's not because Clint was valuable. It's because Houston had to match. They had to give money somehow. They either had to trade Jock Landale, Cam Whitmore, something like that. Was the only way that was going to have be to make it work. They had to trade something, give cash, and they gave us cash. They gave us cash in a second. So that's the only way. Something had to work right there.
Yeah, I'm trying to look up any wings or anything like that. It's
not pretty.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not pretty at all.
Actually. Most of them either picked up their player options or they're already signed. It looks like. So, dang, Justin Edwards, no, there's literally nobody on here.
Yeah.
So you gotta just straight.
I want to go into a side. I know you asked us before we started it. Did we want to talk about any of the other deals? And I want to talk about one that really shot me in the chest, man. That really, really hurt.
Is it Cam Johnson?
Fuck no.
Okay.
That really hurt. I didn't mean to cuss like that on the pod. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But when it really, really hurt my feelings, man, and he signed with the Lakers.
Oh, Jake LaRavia.
Man,
he's a California kid. Of course, he's gonna
he's from California, but
he's gonna be starting for the Lakers. You know that.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah,
but man, that one hurt.
You don't think he's gonna be starting for the Lakers?
I don't know what the Lakers want to do.
I mean, I don't. No, they'll start Rui over him. I think. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like he got the seniority there, and he's already familiar with it. So,
yeah, probably.
But man,
they might start them both. Go ahead.
No, but man, that one hurt. That literally was the perfect option to have out of there. But I ain't gonna get too much on it because it's a done deal. He signed the contract.
Yeah, if we were able to get him, he would be literally the perfect wing. But
what about what's the old dude named the French dude that played with
Nick Batum?
Not Nick Batum.
For 76ers, yeah.
No, he played. Yeah, the dude
Yabusele?
that played for the Yabusele. Yeah,
Uh,
a lot of
Yeah,
quality.
he's not a 3 though.
yeah.
He's a
He's
big.
6'8".
He's not a 3 though.
We just need him to play a little.
Oh, yeah, Nyeka Kongo's a 3 too, bro.
If you want,
He's
you're right.
6'8".
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So the guy 6'8" don't mean he a 3. Come on
You're
now.
right.
Oh wait, Amir Coffee.
Not
You want-
bad. I don't know.
I
I
would
don't
take
think.
Amir Coffee.
I mean, if that minimum, I mean, why not? Like
Yeah, it's not pretty. You got to try to trade for somebody.
he's an NBA player. Like that minimum, why not?
Yeah, you gotta.
Yeah.
Hawks really need another. If you can't get another wing, then I say you just go all in for that backup guard spot. I guess something. I don't know. You want to? I want a wing though. You need a
It
wing.
just feels like a lot of overlap at this point, and it's like,
Yeah.
what backup guard? I just
One or
can't
the other. You can't
grab
get
that
both.
guy. I'm just saying, like, what backup guard is worthy? What backup guard am I gonna get that's gonna have an effect on my team that's more important than Zachary Richard's backup?
I mean, none in a vacuum, none.
So it's like, get
Yeah,
what you
but
can get, boy. Get what you can
you
get.
gotta just scout. Like I said, teams know shit we don't know, so it's probably somebody there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
I
got
would
them. I mean, we finna see what Ndaye got. Ndaye or whatever his name is.
You guys don't see Alexander Walker being the backup 3 potentially.
Okay, I just don't see him as a 3. They might do that. It's not ideal. I think they would like to have someone else do that. I could be wrong,
No, I agree with that. I feel like he's not necessarily a 3. He's
but it's only 11 guys on the roster right now, right?
Yeah.
Or 12 maybe.
you have to fill out 2 of those spots.
Yeah, like you just have to.
Yeah, I feel like Nance is coming back, so that's probably his spot.
Yeah.
Or he's
So
going to the.
that's 12 potentially. Let me ask this now since we're talking about this. Do you guys think we're paying the tax this year? We're only
should.
7.8 million away.
For the right person, they should.
Right, and then like the space to the first apron is another like 7-ish million, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things where you get a guy on a vet minimum and you add another guy who makes, because what's that? You said we're 8 million from the tax line, so 15. Like you get another guy for 10, right? That's a real NBA contract, and another guy on the vet minimum, and let's say that's Larry Nance. Like if you get a small forward that's worth $10 million to back up Zach, that might be worth it. It's just a weird number in general, and I don't think Amir Coffey's worth.
How would we feel about Kenyon Martin Jr.?
Who?
Kenyon Martin Jr.
Oh, Kenyon. Oh, KJ.
I should have said KJ.
It's not really a 3 to me.
I mean, yeah, he's not. He's pretty, small. But I get what you're saying.
No, I'm just saying. No, he's more of a 4, actually.
Yeah.
So, ugh.
Did Kelly opt in?
That's a good question. I'll find out in a second. Search the folks.
Yeah, if Kelly Oubre didn't opt in, then that's not a bad pickup. He plays.
I mean,
he is a person in the NBA.
He's a what now?
He is a person in the NBA.
Yeah, Kelly Oubre. He was. He might finally be in a Hawks uniform.
Yeah, we did draft him.
He might finally be in a Hawks uniform, man. Oh yeah, he picked up the option.
Yeah, he did. I see it.
All right. Well, I'm not about to rack my brain over this anymore.
It's looking like Amir Coffey unless we make a trade.
Yeah.
Does anybody else need to get off money?
That's what I was seeing. Jazz might got. Who the Jazz got?
I don't think they have to get off money. If they got off Colin, they should be off all the money they need to get off of. And they got off Clarkson. They bought out Clarkson.
Yeah.
They're gonna trade John Collins to somebody.
The Heat.
The Celtics, I think it's gonna be the Celtics. Honestly.
Yeah, you just got to find the next team that just needs to get off of a player and go from there. And I don't know many teams. I don't know off the top of my head what that is right now. But let's get back to the original thing.
So
I think we kind of went over it.
yeah, is it other than backup three? I guess point guard. I guess, but other than that, that's really it. Because I mean, we have
It's
center.
not a glaring, it's not a glaring hole.
Mm.
I mean,
Besides that three, it's not really like a big hole on that, like a big hole on that roster.
because I mean, for center, right? You have Porzingis, you have Onyeka,
And you're probably going to bring back Nance, so that's
you may have Nance, you technically have Asa Newell, who could technically play the 5. He's a tweener, I know, but and you have Mo who could play the 5 in certain cases. So really, you have that optionality we're talking about, right? So we have choices, you know.
Yeah, you have that optionality. You sure do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stop laughing. All right.
You have an optionality. You're not lying, man.
I mean,
you're not lying.
but I can see them getting an extra center probably.
I mean, if you don't bring back Nance, then yeah.
Yeah, I see them maybe getting extra center.
If you don't bring back Nance, since I'm on it, like Luke Cornett already agreed. Who else is free? Like
who did Luke Cornett sign with?
The Spurs.
Oh dang, okay.
They gave him like 15, I think, a year.
I did not know that.
Wow.
Yeah. They gave him like 15, something like 12 or 15, one of those numbers. I'm trying to look at the list while we're still on this. So before we end this out, my fault.
You're good. 4-year, $41 million deal. Dang.
Like the third center option ain't too good either. Like it's
13. Okay.
That's a guy.
Yeah, I mean it's not great right now.
It really isn't great unless it just isn't great.
Gary Trent signed for 3.7 a year. It's like Gary Trent signed for 3.7 a year. It's crazy.
Shit, they ain't got no money.
Sending Watford 2 by 5.3. Yeah, man. People just out here trying to get a ring and get paid. Still getting paid handsomely, man. It's the NBA. Still getting paid handsomely.
Yeah. I mean, your best bet is to bring back Larry, man. He was a locker guy. We know what to expect from him. And you got two people that are most likely going to at least play 60 games plus. So it's like, whatever. Bring back Nance. Unless you want Bowl or something.
Bowl. No. It's probably just Nance, and if not, then I'll probably just stick what we have generally.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm pretty sure Big Onzy got some moves.
You tripping, man. We gotta get Bowl, bro.
No.
We gotta get Bowl, bro. That's
we don't need Bowl fans.
Nah, man, you gotta be he talented. He talented, man. He can do everything you want me to do.
No.
That's what they tell me anyways. I don't go for it.
Does anyone have any trades or any interesting signings they thought they saw?
Let's see here.
I saw I mentioned Cam. I said
the Cam Johnson trade. Yeah, the Cam Johnson trade was crazy. I didn't say anything about that.
Let's speak on that for a little bit.
I was surprised about that.
I'm a little annoyed by that. Yes, very annoyed by that.
I mean, all right. I really want to I don't want to get too much off Hawks topic, and I don't want to stay on this a little bit too much. But let's really be 100% honest right now. Nuggets did have to salary dump him because they had to give him a first, like an unprotected first.
They paid the cost of doing business to replace him with a similar player,
but on a cheaper deal.
Yeah.
So my question is, do you think that he's really going to just sit in Brooklyn? Like he's just fine with being in Brooklyn? You don't think a buy, like it's a long shot, but you don't think a buyout is coming?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think that Michael Porter Jr. is saying to himself, I think he's looking to his left and he's looking to his right, and he's saying, "Dang, I'm not even gonna lie, none of y'all boys better than me." And I can see him wanting to try that out for at least 1 year.
First option, Michael Porter Hoops.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They got 50 point guards.
Yeah.
So Bruce Brown going back to Denver was interesting.
Yeah.
I think Denver got back to a decent team again. I think replacing Cam with for Michael Porter was actually a good deal. And they extended, don't forget they extended old guy as well. I can't think of his name right now for some reason, but they have a solid team again. I kind of believe in Denver.
I don't know. I think they still need more depth if they're trying to, be that guy, be that team.
Yes, true.
I mean, they got Bruce Brown. Yeah, they did.
I think it was weird that the Memphis Grizzlies just won the whole first hour of free agency.
Yeah, yeah,
Somehow.
that
just
was
re-signed their guys basically.
Yeah, just re-signed their guys and called it a day. Like y'all got all this extra stuff.
I think DFS the Rockets was pretty interesting too. I kind of figured that was going to happen, but because it was a given.
So yeah, who do they start in your opinion? Before we get too off topic, just one question: who do they start?
Are you talking about the Rockets?
Yeah.
I mean, dang, that is.
I'm starting a man every time. I ain't gonna lie.
So yeah. So is it Fred, Amin, KD, Jabari, Sengun?
I assume that. Yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
That
might work. That might
they'll
work.
try
That might work.
Yeah, that's probably gonna work.
We'll
You
see.
can't. I feel like you can't take a man to the bench though. Like you can't put him on the bench.
I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's fine.
So what? DFS got 15 million a year.
Let me check. I think
He might not have been the person I was talking about sending to the bench, but that's cool.
Well, he got 13. Who you talking about sending to the bench, Fred?
Bari, why not?
Oh yeah,
Because they just paid him.
Bari did just get paid.
He did just get that number.
He did just get that number.
So,
22 million off the bench ain't really crazy nowadays, but it's crazy. Oh no, that's a good one. Hawks Rockets finals. Y'all heard it here first.
Hawks Rockets finals. I'm not mad at it.
Shout out to Mason Plumlee signed back to the Hornets again.
Brother, I don't know what type of hold he has on that franchise, but that's
hey man, Kristaps Moget minutes. Oh my gosh, this sounds crazy, bro.
That's gonna be elite.
Think about it. Really think about that for a second, man. We would never get that kind of versatility.
Yeah, Trey Jones went to the Bulls. I didn't see that one.
Yeah, that's interesting. Did they give Josh Giddey his 30 mil yet?
They haven't even paid him.
I think they. Oh no, they did.
Interesting.
I don't see it yet. They didn't.
Hey, AO was expiring.
Expiring next year.
Yeah, $9 million expiring.
Yeah, but what am I trading for AO? Kobe?
That second you just got, or Kobe? I mean,
yeah, that's the only way the money really works out of if I could trade him Kobe for him.
Sure. I doubt they want another guard, but you never know.
What's the point, right? Get younger, not have to pay a guy for another year, put it off for a year or two.
Yeah, that is true.
Kick the can down the road. We'll just free him up. Let the money free up.
I think those are the most interesting ones today, though. And Caris, because it somewhat involved us, but I think those are the most interesting ones today.
This one's interesting. A contract buyout.
I don't really care about that one.
Why not?
I'm not interested. I'm not interested in the land of broken toys. I don't want. I don't want Ayton. I don't want Ben Simmons. I don't want these. This is not a fix a baller daycare, bro. We don't do that here.
Okay.
To win in this league, you gotta want it. I shouldn't have to coach you or.
But I mean, Aiden achieved his goal. He achieved his goal.
Well, guess what? Well, we have it. So he can't be on this team.
I'll never forget. They tried to come and pick him up. They were outside his driveway, and he did not want to go to the game because his driveway was iced.
That's disgusting, bro.
I don't know why you want that on that team. I don't know why some Hawks fans were clamoring on that,
Well,
but you know,
it don't snow in Atlanta like that.
that's an argument.
Well, when it does, the game got canceled. You remember that Rockets game got postponed?
Yeah, I remember that.
That's gonna probably happen again this year because we don't know how to act when the city ices. But yeah, out of those deals, I don't think it was any more like wow. I don't think it was any more of those. I think it's very tame for one of
I just want to say, I know we're trying to. Luke Kennard and Kristaps Porzingis playing basketball on the floor at the same time with any reasonable conversation, a combination of 2 through 4 is just ooh.
Yeah.
You put them on. Let's say you go as non-shooting as you can, right? And it's Dyson, Mo, right, and I don't know, Ricochet. I guess who V? I mean, V's a hell of a shooter. Ricochet. Do you know that how does think about that for a second? I'm just saying, I mean, just think about it. Just think about it. Just think about it. Sleep on that and come back to me. Let me know how you feel.
I mean, you spitting. I get where you're going with it. It is some nice possibilities because we have 3 and D players now, not just 3 or and the D. Pause.
Yeah, it's
Trae Young does. Ooh, Nickeil. Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Moge, Kristaps Porzingis.
Hawks basketball is gonna be really good.
Hey man,
this fall.
We get one more rotational wing, man. It's.
I mean, yeah, but it's just. Here's what I'll say about that. At this point, Trey's gonna play minutes. Dyson's gonna play minutes. Luke's gonna play minutes. Nickeil's gonna play minutes. Zach's gonna play. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys. Then Jalen, Double O, Kristaps are gonna play minutes. That's your top 8. So that's a darn good top 8.
Yeah.
So your top 8 is Trey, Dice, Zach, Jalen, Double O, KP, NAW, and Luke Kennard. The all guys that you've gotten in the past month. 2 weeks, really. And then you'll sprinkle in some Vrit Krejci and some Moge, based on what, Dealey for threes projections that he just put out about 20 minutes ago. Make sure you check those out. And man, it's just a lot of fun lineups, man. Vit, Kennard, Ricochet, Onyeka, Porzingis. You're never gonna be too small. At your smallest, you got NAW at the 3 and
second
2
shortest
big guys.
to trade. Nobody second shortest trade 6'5".
And I wish Chris was here tonight, but I gotta push the 4 meta before I shut up because I know they want me to. The only players on the roster that can't play the 4, can't, not shouldn't, but can't, are Trey, Luke, Kobe, and Nickeil. Some people argue me down about Dyson. We can just agree to disagree. If you can guard Jason Tatum, you can be a 4. If you can roll to the rim, operate the short roll, you can be a 4. So him and everybody else can play the 4. Onyeka can play the 4. He's not a power forward. Kristaps can play the 4. Obviously, Jalen is a 4. We don't want to see V Krejci at the 4, but hey,
he's done it, Tyler.
He's done it time and time again. My Mr. Utility himself. He's a do-it-all tool, man.
Check Army knife.
Telling you.
Army knife.
So we're in a good spot, but like you said, Marco, one more rotation wing will be cool. But it is crowded. If they sign Torrey Craig, I'm not mad because I wanted Torrey Craig last year. Yep,
that's good. That's a good signing.
You add Torrey Craig to this group, I feel good. It's just an extra wing, professional. And Megan Thee Stallion might come to the game.
I almost said something on the chair.
Yeah, good job. I'm proud of you.
Does anyone have any final thoughts before we close this episode out of episode 37 out?
Before we close it out, I'm just scrolling the list again just to make sure I'm not like, tweaking, tripping. Make sure I didn't leave a name off. No, yeah.
Torrey Craig or Amir Coffee. Like, I'm not really interested in anybody else.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can't think of anybody else on this list that I'll be like, wow,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair. No, that's fair.
Torrey Craig, center, Larry Nance,
Yeah, Torrey Craig, Larry Nance, we're good to go. Roll out. Autobot to roll out. I'm serious. My final thought is congratulations to the Atlanta Hawks. Congratulations, Auntie Sala. Congratulations to Tony Ressler and everybody in the Hawks organization. And congratulations to the fans. Because what you're about to witness is the best offense in NBA history.
Oh, wow.
That's facts. You literally gave Trey. We know what Trey is with spacing, and you literally just gave him more of that.
Double down on it, man.
Let's get it.
Like you literally just gave him more spacing.
And like, just so we're clear, Zach's not gonna be worse.
It would be impossible for that to
That's
happen.
all I'm saying. I mean, it's possible, but I don't think he's gonna be worse. If he's consistently the player he was the last 20 games of the season, like we're good.
That's true.
He could be better. If he's better than that, we're.
If he has a real second year lead,
like if Zachary Ricochet is this is crazy. If Zachary Ricochet is the last 5 months of DeAndre Hunter next season, the last 5 months of DeAndre Hunter as a Hawk, if Zachary Ricochet is that, I mean, we're cooking. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong at all. Like that's a lead.
It just got so quiet. I was scared.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
Well,
I mean, it just took us a minute to think. We can't think.
Yeah, man. Like, just Trey Kristaps, Kennard Kristaps, like you picking, popping everything.
Somebody getting involved.
Kristaps rolling to the rim. Jalen getting to the rim. Like you don't understand the power of everybody only having to beat one guy to the rim now, right? And we freed NAW from the shackles of Rudy Gobert. We freed all of our all of our guys from the shackles of Clint Capela, and now you have an opportunity to get defenses rotating, and I'm telling you, Trae Young gonna have he gonna, like Michael Beasley said, I'm gonna have you dancing for me. Like we gonna have defenses dancing this year. I'm telling you.
Good team to look forward to, man. Might get some season tickets again.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be fun. But with that is episode 37 of Hard on Cox. We will see you all next time. Hope everyone has a good night, morning, afternoon.
Auntie Sala got a cigar in his mouth right now.
Big Sala.
Listening to Shook Ones Part 2.
Big Sala.
Y'all halfway crooks.
Big Sala on the office.